Alright, fuck it, we ball. We ball. We're here late at night. Well, not really that late, it's 8 o'clock. But we're here late-ish. Because this is... I mean, I want to stream some Satisfactory. That's really all there is to it. Turn off Slay the Jokers for a little bit. Alright. Activate. Lighting looks good. Audio sounds like it's in the right place. Get the chicken out of my teeth. And we can begin. So I'm going to be doing some Satisfactory this evening, as you might be able to tell. No worries, this isn't going to replace any of my normal streams. Not that there's anyone worrying about that, because I've been pretty consistent with them. Gameplay. Game audio. Game screen. Let us begin. Alright, audio in game looks pretty decent as well. Where were we? Where were we? We were doing vehicular transport. Or so it would seem. You know, I just realized we're only making 2 sets of plates. We're only making 40 plates. And we're using like 30 of them. No wonder it doesn't seem like we're getting that many plates, because we're not. We're getting 10 plates a minute, but not a lot of plates a minute. I need a little more than that though. Get like another 400 so that I can turn in the quest, the research, the technology, whatever you wish to call it. I pressed the button. So it's most of tier 3 complete. We never get jump pads because, like, why would I? I'm not spending 50 rotors for jump pads.
Except with wheels and the rapid consumption of natural resources. They can also be automated
Power
to
tower
self-drive and deliver
platforms.
resources between truck
Oh, we do
stations,
need steel
which in
before we
turn
can do this.
facilitate automation of loading, unloading, and
Fine.
refueling.
We've got lots of plates. We've got a few less rods than I would like. Let's pick up some rods. And then I think we can head out to the Caterium. I would like to get some Caterium set up, because that would go pretty hard for making the zipline thingamabob. So let us remind ourselves where Caterium is, because I sure as hell don't remember. I want to say it was east-ish, but I don't remember. I was pretty much right on the money, eh? That zipline goes nowhere in particular. Let's make a new one going this way, and perhaps avoiding the worst of that poison. I'm sure I'm gonna have to fight for it, but is that gonna... Looks like I'd be able to zipline on this without hitting it. Right, without hitting the ground. Yeah. I'm building with ziplining in mind, because ziplining is how one gets around in the modern era. Here with the normal people. That's a good spot. I see a Mercer sphere over there. I'm a little bit concerned. Oh, you know what? I see a box out there that implies that I've been there before. I think. Hello, banana. Perhaps there will be a nice way down that doesn't require that I fling myself off a cliff. That would be pretty cool. Let's slay the jokers. I think I've disabled it for now, but actually, is it visible? It might still be visible. Regardless of whether it is or not, it's for when we play Balatro. It is an extension that allows you to hover over the screen to see what the jokers do. So, it's pretty cool. No, I need explosives. How could they do this to me? How am I meant to get to Caterium if I need explosives to set up a miner? Alright, we're gonna need to get some sulfur set up. For the time being, I'm gonna mine a bunch of Caterium. Ugh. Very well. I'm just gonna stand here and hold this button down for a little bit. I think I need 50 of this shit. So, 150 ore. Yeah, it seems like it's a pretty cool, like, Twitch integration. It allows you to just, like, it'll tell you what the Joker does even when I'm not hovering over it. Like, you can hover over it as though you were in game. You know what I mean? I don't want to get explosives. I liked your Joker art, by the way. That was pretty sick. Now I want to see it. Mining, mining. Tell you what up, I'll boot up Vanilla Balatro for just like a quick second here. Just so that you can see it. Library, Balatro. Just play it unmodded, doesn't matter. Although it might not play it unmodded, I think it's still gonna boot it modded. Not even gonna swap over the audio or anything like that. Just gonna play one real quick. That run died. Just gonna play this. I'm glad that didn't crash. It had every possibility to. And I think you might need to reload your page to get it, but in general you should be able to see like when you hover over the jokers. Let me see if I can do it over on Twitch. Refresh the Twitch page. Yeah, it works if you refresh. It's pretty cool. You can do it in shop too. Nice. Yeah, I like it. I like it. So, you'll get to use that. It should work with mods too, I believe. Alright, back over to Satisfactory. Hey, I answered your question before you asked it. I think it works with mods. It probably works with most mods, maybe not all mods. depending on what it is. Ma'am, research complete. Twitch delay fire. You can't avoid it, unfortunately. There will always be some delay. I cannot beam it directly into your brain. Alas, there is distance. I'm sure I'll have time to get that Mercer Sphere later. I don't feel like it right now. I need to unlock Caterium as quickly as possible. The faster I can zipline, the faster all of this happens. Just go to your house. Run, lizard dog, run! Just host a big LAN party. I want to get to be big enough one day to where I can just, like, host watch parties, you know what I mean? That'd be sick. That's the dream, right? You can just host watch parties for random crap. People, you have a high enough density of fans somewhere that people can actually show up for that. A long ways off yet, a long ways off. Alright, let's check out the MAM. There's bro from yesterday just hanging out. Used quick wire or Caterium wire. Oh, we actually got quick wire as an option. So we can either turn Caterium into wire, which is actually more efficient, 4 times more efficient. Well, a little bit more than 1 times more efficient. If you consider the ore itself 3 to 1 instead of 1 to 1. But you get more wire out of it. Or we can add copper in, and then we're less reliant on the Caterium itself, which I really, really like. Like, Caterium is fairly rare, copper not so much. I do like this one, I'm just gonna take it. I don't think I need to reroll. I think I just like that more. No, I don't play this game. I haven't played this game in a while either, so I gotta remind myself some of how to play. Sit here and craft the ingots real quick. I don't mind doing a little by hand since we're just adding this to the resource system in the first place. How do I research more in the way of sulfur? And also, do I have any coal, or did I not mine any? If I haven't mined any coal, I might need to go do that real quick so that I can make a couple explosives. I don't need... I only need 1 explosive, right? So... There's 50 ingots. Let's check what we need for explosives. That would be under sulfur. 50 sulfur, 25 coal. Alright, and then the Nobelisk detonator is going to need some amount of steel. Okay, and for steel I believe I need coal, so... We're in this weird, like, chicken before egg scenario where I need steel, but steel requires a lot of power, but to get power... I need to do a bunch of stuff with copper. Like I need power. I need power, but I can't get power until I make more stuff. So, bleh. I can at least research quickwire, though. And then once I get a bunch of quickwire going at some point, we can get these.
Research complete.
Namely this one. This is the important one.
New Caterium research available.
Caterium, how much is quickwire? What does quickwire cost? Quickwire costs me. Quickwire is, the copper ingot plus the Caterium ingot can get me 12. This might actually be fairly doable. How much Caterium do I have just sitting in a chest right now? Probably not a lot. 29. Okay, well, we'll see what we can make with this real quick. We're gonna make all of this into Quickwire. All being 9. But if we use the ingots with it, right, it should be a lot more feasible. And just go ahead and, like, yoink. I don't believe I can craft this by hand since it's an alternate recipe, so I'm gonna have to slap down an assembler randomly in the middle of this place. Just right there. See if we even have... Oh, we do. It's right here. Alright, alternate fused quickwire. Boom, boom. Craft me some quickwire. I think I saw that I needed 50? 100. Ugh, I don't have enough. Alright. Well, we're gonna have to go get coal anyways, because I need explosives, so let's go hunting for that coal, and maybe we'll see a Caterium rock along the way. If not, I can always go up there manually and do it. Mine a little bit more, I just don't really want to make that trip back again without a zip line. Where is the coal? I know it's kind of near here. It's like this way, right? I can see it up there. Yeah, it's right up there. That's quartz, I don't need that. Cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha-cha. Kind of surprised by the lack of enemies by this coal. Kind of just got to walk up and take it, you know what I mean? You can mine like maybe 50 of this. I don't think I would need more than that in the short term. We need, what, 25 for the actual research, and then I probably need some to actually make the explosives. Oh, you can double tap E to auto mine it. Oh, that's so nice. I don't have to hold the button. Huge. Let me check on Discord real quick. See who's doing what right now. Nobody around at the moment. Not that I expected anybody around at the moment. Where is gold? I'm sure there's a couple of small rocks of gold around. Maybe the zipline doesn't actually use any quickwire itself, and 100 actually is enough. Like, I did get over 100, but just barely. Just do a quick once-over over here. See if there's any just, like, hiding against a rock. Something like that. Not seeing any. I do see that power slug though. Mine? Mine? Oh. Are you gold? You might be copper. Ugh, you're copper, aren't you? And that's so insulting. You would put copper, like, on a wall. Like, it's not growing on trees everywhere anyways. Unguarded? Don't mind if I do. Oh, it was guarded. He was just dumb. Hey, buddy. I win. Another one. Are you guarded? Yes you are, although they definitely just spawned out of nowhere. Stop hitting me. This is a rock of some kind. You're just limestone. You know what? Actually, that might be even more insulting. It's a small limestone rock. I will be taking this sulfur back with me, though. Delicious. Iron, no thank you. Basically already picked the Caterium because the way I went. Ooh. I hear a power slug. Oh, you're not who I signed up for. Come on, fight me. Oh, you missed. Oh, you missed. Oh, didn't miss that time. Come on, charge me, boy. Bitch. Fight me. Come on, fight me. Yeah, that's right. I'm learning your attack patterns. I win. Now the Caterium is my reward. And probably also something else there, I think. I was hearing a slug. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, spicy little hidden area down here. Yellow slug. I will take that. That explains why it was guarded by something a little bit bigger. Well, hopefully that means I now have enough. Is that bauxite? That is bauxite. Ah, sick. We don't need bauxite for ages, but I'm gonna get some while I see it. It's used in aluminum, I believe, later on. Oh, that's also Caterium. Okay, huge. If I didn't have enough before, I certainly do now. Let's see what the cost is. What is the charge? Enjoying a meal. A succulent Chinese meal. Get your hands off my penis. Sorry, I'm kind of riffing here with the beams. Let's go ahead and research that. The zip line. Actually massive.
Zipline unlocked. When equipped, the zipline facilitates travel along power
Need another
lines, regardless of
Xeno
whether the line is powered. Note, based on previous Pioneer
I'll go ahead and make
events,
two, because
Fixit
Austin's
recommends
probably
not
going to
using
want one.
ziplines during thunderstorms and typhoons, or while drinking coffee.
Or while drinking coffee. Zip lines while drinking coffee? That's a choice. That and that and that. And you. And put away the slugs over here. Make all the deuterium into ingots. I have very few, but definitely enough. For the sake of saving time, let's do half of it now. Craft myself a zip line. You can go in place of my Healy-majig for now. In fact, let me keep my Healy-majig on me instead of the scanner. Yeah, I'm still awake at this hour? It's only 8:30. I'm 27, not 72. It's 8:30 a.m. for you? Damn. I guess that makes sense, huh? Alright, we got the zip line. My favorite item. This will make all of our job easier. Technically day 7 for me. Man's keeping track. Now we can do things the easy way. If I can remember how to do it. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely easier to use left click, even if it does require that I hold down the button. You can kind of just left click to let go. And press it back down when you want to go again. What's up, idiot? You're never gonna catch me. I don't need to fight you anymore. Until I miss a grapple. And then you just kind of fucking explode. Yeah, it does give very much Apex vibes. Anyways, I'm not actually sure why I had it out here. I just wanted to check that it worked. It's much less stressful once you get the big power lines and they can have really big distances between them. Alright, our next goal is to get more power. That's gotta be our next goal. As much as I would like it to be steel, I think we just need to go for the water extractors and the coal power generators. Which means we need rotors, mostly, and then to a lesser extent we need copper sheets, which are fairly easy to make. Is this an impure copper here? This might honestly be enough still, just one impure copper. Yeah, it's an impure copper. We can see how well it works. I think impure only gives 30 a minute, which is like one smeltery. One smeltery into copper sheets. How many copper sheets do we make from a... Where even are copper sheets? Have I learned how to make those? Yes. 2 to 1 at 10 a minute, so we would only need 2 producers of it and we'd get 15 a minute. 15 a minute's probably fine so long as we aren't doing it very often, because copper sheets aren't used in a ton of things besides water related like pipe stuff is mostly it. So let's go ahead and get that set up. I need a handheld miner so that I can upgrade it. I don't think I need any cable or wire or anything like that. Let's go ahead and just make the portable miner. Just the one should be fine. And I think I have all the other parts that I need. We got a power line out here already and everything. Even the sliding has some Apex vibes to it. Miner Mark 1. Slap you down there. Slap the smeltery down there. Copper ingot. Give it the copper that I just mined because I would rather not carry it around with me. Constructor there. Next to it here. And then a chest here. We put a merger here. And a splitter here. Hopefully we can actually do a splitter at this distance. We can, that's good. There we go. And then the merger. And the merger. And into the chest. And you're making sheets. And you're making sheets. And you're turned down to 50% lock speed. Because we don't have enough to actually run that many. And if we aren't running that many, then there is no reason to run it at the max power because you save some power that way. It's not so much that it, like, wastes power as that if you underclock something, it actually saves power long term. There we go. Copper sheets being made now. I also meant to go put a storage container out here since I'm not currently storing the whatchamacallits, the modular frames. I don't actually have storage for them yet. I've kind of just been running over and collecting them. And then we go merger. Well, I guess I don't need to merger there. Merger here. Merger here. One of these things here. And there we go. You were maxed out. Oh, you were actually backlogging quite a bit. That's nice. A good sign, at least. How many rotors do we have as well? Much fewer. Okay. Rotors, not so much. Gotcha. I think that might have something to do with the fact that we aren't making very many screws. Oh, he didn't bump this up to a belt mark 2. Okay. That explains it. Now I can actually take in 100 screws a minute. Otherwise, pretty straightforward. It looks like he's got no issues with the iron. Where is he even getting the iron? Oh, it's right. He's got the weird uppy down thing going on. Right. What a weird Balatro mod, Soup. Yeah, this Balatro mod's really, like, a pretty big overhaul. Just the 3D graphics was, like, pretty difficult to set up, I would say. How's our power looking right now in terms of near max? Currently, our max consumption is over capacity, but we aren't currently using max consumption because some of our stuff is idle. So no issues there. We've got enough frames to start doing some stuff. It's really the rotors that are unfortunately slow. Can't believe they removed the obelisk. 37 copper sheets. Yeah, that seems about right. Seems like we're running at the speed I would expect. Let's go ahead and mine this sulfur and go research the explosives. I would still like to set up Caterium if I could, because there's some pretty good uses for Caterium wire. Never mind the fact that it can be used to make regular wire more efficiently if we can get the correct alternate recipe for it. Which I do intend to do at some point. Explosives, strap boom boom on doggo, exactly. That being said, I don't think I have enough for all that black powder yet.
Black powder recipe unlocked. New sulfur research available.
What do I need for black powder? Oh, I can't even make that by hand. What a fool I am. Well, let me grab those 3 back. Can I make it in here? Yeah, coal plus sulfur. Fuck it, just do everything. And let's slap the Caterium in here. Zoop. Do I need anything else? Maybe some normal wire? I've got plenty of inventory spots right now. Grab some normal wire, which is here. And let's check on our power sitch. Not the best anymore. Alright, let's go handle that real quick. Let's go handle that. We got a saw, we got a dream. And then after this, I'm going to start on coal power maybe, if we have the resources for it. I'm gonna need to start doing some calculations on how much we need. I believe we have access to 1 pure and 1 normal, which is going to give us 180 for Mark 1s. Because it's 120 plus 60. 180 for Mark 1s, 360 for Mark 2s, and 720 if we double overclock Mark 2s. So 720 is how big I should build it, like, for future proofing. 360 is how big I'm gonna build it now. Coal plus sulfur, doesn't it need potassium nitrate as an oxidizer? To be fair, we only call it sulfur. It's made clear that it's not quite the same as sulfur, it's just like a sulfur similar compound. So who knows what it actually needs. Oh. You missed, idiot. You missed, idiot. Now you're dead. How's it feel? Kebab knee. Sup? How's it going, man? We're just doing a little bit of deforestation. Some casual local genocide. You know how it is. Industrial expansion. Bro, I don't know. You know, I picked up some lemonade at the store. It has been a long time since I had good lemonade. That was worth it. What's this one? This one's wood. Here's all my wood. Take my wood and like it. And take my leaves. That one doesn't sound quite as bad. I've heard this game is good. Can you tell me what it's about? Yes, so in general, this is like a factory builder. So you're dropped on this foreign planet, and you're being told by your company that you work for to essentially build a large space elevator so that, honestly, I don't even know what the space elevator's for. I assume something to do with moving humanity here. That's kind of what's implied. But to build the space elevator, you need these very specific parts, and you get these increasingly complex recipes as you like expand upon the automation in your base over and over again, and you get these technologies as you go, right? So like we've kind of knocked out some of the early ones. We're going towards the later ones now. Is it similar to Factorio? It is. It is very much similar to Factorio. It doesn't have the ever-present threat of enemies. Enemies are specific to the map, and they only exist in certain places. They don't like expand out and attack you if you pollute, things like that. So in that sense, it's not as logistically difficult, but the added third dimension and the increased size of buildings does make for its own set of challenges, which I appreciate. Resources are unlimited as well when you mine. Like, this mining spot here is never going to run out, but the issue there is not with the number of resources, but the rate at which you can get them, right? I can only mine it so fast. So, again, different logistical issues if you've played Factorio before. Basically Industrial Revolution, but more on not being friendly to the planet. Right. We definitely play up the not friendly to the planet angle here. How many copper sheets do I have? I need to get some coal power going. Zip zoop. That's not enough, but we'll take it for now. Alright, let's, should I put, I think I should put water-based stuff like coal and pipes and such on their own tab here. Let's do pipeline junction, pipeline pump, pipeline support, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then production, I need a water extractor, and I believe, not logistics, power? Power. Oh, whoops. Power needs me on 9, and I think that's all I need. Besides, like, conveyor belts and such, but that's its own thing. And then I want to move the foundations and such down to this tab so that I can stay nice and organized. I really undersold myself on some of these hot bars early on when I played this game, and now it's like, oh, I must use them. SMH, I can't even say destroying the planet on YouTube. Alas. Literally 1984. Maybe I get some more concrete as well, because I'm going to probably build a rather large mega structure down here. Let's also, real quick, I need to do a little bit of calculation. If I remember right, it is 3 water extractors per 8 coal-powered generators, which is an annoying combination, but it is the combination. Here, let's actually test it.
Interesting. Most pioneers already
45
had
a minute.
coal
There we
power
go.
set up by
So
this point
yes, it's
because they
exactly
understood
8
their
to 3.
responsibility to humanity. Adjusting pioneer attitude.
Oh, I guess I
metrics.
should have also
Reminder,
checked while I was
coal-powered
here.
generators
How much
require
does this
coal.
use a minute? It doesn't tell me, but it makes 75 megawatts, and coal has a power of 300. Okay, so 15 a minute. Right, because it lasts 4 seconds, so it uses 15 a minute, so that means if I'm making 360, I'm gonna need 12 times 2, 24. 24 coal generators, and I need room to make another 24 in the future when I expand. So 24 is our magic number here. Oh, I missed. I'm also going the wrong way. Where the fuck? Oh, you know what? No, I'm not going the wrong way. I'm just directionally challenged. Burning more coal just like... Exactly. I'm staying true. Hey, buddy. Gotta go. Sorry, not interested in whatever you're selling. Also, the map is handcrafted, it's not procedural, which makes for a slightly more interesting exploration experience. This is where my miners need to go. Oh, I didn't bring hand miners, but thankfully I did bring enough stuff for a crafting workbench. Or not a crafting workbench, a equipment workshop. This one. So I can make some portable miners out in the field without heading back, thankfully. You can make a short by strapping a bomb to... Just make so many bombs strapped to the dogs. They deserve it a little bit. They are rather annoying, always being in the way. You know what? I think I'm gonna build it out over that chunk of water out there. I think I just want to build it right out here. Thankfully, there's no gravity, like, required. I don't need to put, like, supports in the ocean, thank goodness. There are games where I enjoy that aspect of building. This would not be one of them. There's already enough challenge. Just getting the numbers right. This is gonna look good, right? Yeah. Thank you so much. All right, let's go ahead and change this up a little bit. Just go like this, maybe. And down that way. There we go. And then over here we can do a little, like, one-off ramp. If it'll let me. That's probably good enough to get up there, right? Let's test. Ow, that hurt. Also, it was not enough to get up there. Why do I even bother? Alrighty. Maybe like this. That'll do. Also, surprisingly, I'm only about 40 minutes late. I lost track. Was it 30? I'm getting old. We're 45 minutes into the stream, so I have no idea. Depends on when you got here. Does this just reach up there? Can I just do this way? I don't know how safe that is. But we're gonna do it this way anyways. Boom. Boom. Now I am gonna overclock both of these, but I didn't bring the overclocks with me. And let's just start like here and zoop. I probably should have brought more concrete too. I actually meant to do that. Whoops. Zoop. 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 Imagine that in 2100 people that colonize the moon come back to Earth in a state like this and tell you to build a giant elevator. But damn if it ain't a good looking elevator, right? Okay. Alright, now let's do our coal generators, or at least as many as we can. We actually brought a fair number of resources along. Maybe we can do a decent number of these. Make sure we are not over the edge back here. There's a lot of little things in this game that didn't used to be here that really make me happy that they were added. Like being able to bump this machine around. Being able to, like, you know, do that. It is worth something in its own right. That being said, I wish I could line this up with the end. I don't think I can. I think I need to... Yeah, there is no line up with the end. Alright, we'll just have to line it up with this way and this way. And we'll do, since I said I wanted 24 of these things, I believe, and then 24 more, we'll do 2 floors. Let's do 2 floors, 12 deep. 360 might need 2 belts, though. Maybe instead of 12 deep, we do 6 deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deep. And then we only need 180, which is, I believe, only tier 3 tech belts. And we can just do, like... Honestly, we could do multiple floors of this without too much issue. Maybe instead of this one, I go down one more and I do a 6th one down at the end down here. Does that fit? You fit, sir. You do fit. Do 6 like this. That way we can go down a floor and we can go up a floor or 2 and we'll have, you know, this kind of compact little thing going on here. If there are any achievements for air pollution in this game, I'm buying it right now. Unfortunately, they don't really care so much about the pollution as they do. There actually used to be enemies here. I previously cleared it out. They generally guard a lot of resources, though. So, like, depending on how rare the resource is and how difficult it is to find, or where you are on the map, some of the central areas are heavily guarded. There will be, like, more difficult monsters to sort of dissuade you from trying to tackle that resource early, but you can still do it, at which point you might have access to better stuff a little bit earlier. Okay, starting to run out of resources here, especially concrete. But I would like to see if I could get down... Get down with your bad self. You didn't hear that from me. Can I fit... Okay, this is an important question. I don't think I can fit, these things in here. Yeah, no, I can't. Okay, I'm actually gonna need to move these just a wee bit further back. As far back as it'll let me, anyways. Are there nukes? Handheld nukes there are. There are handheld... I don't know if there's any, like, artillery-type nukes. Like there are in Factorio. But there's, like, nuclear grenades, sort of. This should be fine. Let me see. Actually, it's gonna let me go all the way back to here. Can I go even further? I can. Alright, let's do this. I'm trying to sort of plan out ahead of time the space that I'm gonna need so that I don't need to, like, make adjustments partway through. Can I check Discord, please? Absolutely. Give me just a moment. Give me just a moment to check that I can line these things up correctly. Why are you so weirdly aligned, sir? Please line up correctly. There we go. Boom. I don't really know why I'm sticking them over the edge like this. I'm just gonna have to make it wider if I ever want to put a roof over it, but... What's over on Discord? What am I looking at? General chat. Is this a new drawing you have? What is this? Here, let me show this off over here. Screen cap. Discord. So what is this we've got? We play Balatro here as well, Kebab. In case, if I don't know if you've seen that game, but explain it to me. Explain the idea. Good lord, MPX. Explain to me the idea. I notice it's like an old computer, I assume. I like the art, though. I do like the art. Let's hop back over to the gameplay for now. I have no idea what it would do, but I think it looks cool. Well, it does look cool, you're right about that. See, and now we just do like... Oh, these are facing the wrong way, aren't they? You bet they are. I almost fucked it. Why are these... Hold on. Why are these so differently aligned? They aren't aligned on the center correctly. Probably because I did it wrong. Hee hee. Oh, I see. I actually didn't hang him off the edge any, if I could help it. Okay, that looks better. Maybe Joker cartridges that are rare or new rarity that gives certain effects but only counts as half a Joker slot and would only work when the Game Boy Joker is there. Is that a Game Boy or is that an old computer? It looks more like an old computer than a Game Boy, but maybe I'm the idiot. It's a Macintosh. Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't want to say like a name and be wrong and look dumb, but I was pretty sure that was a computer. That being said, that same idea could potentially still apply to something like a floppy disk, right? You're Mark 1, but then after that, we need Mark 2s down the center. Like this. Like this. These are mergers. Why? Why am I like this? These need to be splitters. We need Mark 2s all the way through here. And even Mark 2s aren't technically going to be enough at first. And then we're going to go zoop. And zoop. And zoop. Also glad that you don't have the insanity of let's game it out and build spaghetti everywhere. Oh yeah, I watched one Let's Game It Out video about the big vertical tower, and I was like, holy shit, that's insane. And then I was like, wait a second, I hate this. Why would anybody do this? Because I'm marginally more OCD in that regard. Alright, I think if I go horizontal to vertical... I can do it like this. What are we doing here? What do we how about we try again? Okay. Not horizontal to vertical. Not auto, not noodle. Okay, so we can't do it easily unless we already have... Let's remove this for just a sec. Is there any method that we can set it up like... Okay, noodle works this way. And only noodle. Gotcha.
Fix-it pipelines can contain any fluid, including the water necessary for coal-powered generators.
Yep, I'm way
Water
ahead of
does
you
not
on that,
flow
lady.
upwards by itself. While water extractors provide some lift, to truly defy gravity, consider the use of pipeline pumps.
Oh, Lord have mercy, I put something down wrong. Yep. That's how it's supposed to go. There we go. Lamau, good content, though. I appreciate that. Oh, not for me. For them. I appreciate that even if you didn't mean it for me, because now you do. Let's game it out as peak Let's Play. Yeah. They do have very funny content, if nothing else, even if it makes me cringe. You know what? I think I actually needed to put down the pipelines first. I actually think I needed to do that before I could do these, which is unfortunate because I already placed them all. But at least I know it works. My content is ass. Can you fill my pipe with water? No, you have to pay for that. I don't know why I'm doing this one at a time when I could be just like zigzagging it down the line like this and then deleting everything at the end. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, delete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we connect all the pipes. And yes, I'm still gonna need to add more of those side ones, so I guess I gotta delete those real quick, but those down there all work. We don't need another pancake. I think man just wants some attention. Unfortunately, I'm not the one to give it to him. Not in that regard, at least. Oh, that's gonna be annoying. I can't sneak through here. Eh. Maybe I can slide through here? Yeah. Let's get a running start. Can I not? There we go. Ugh. Alright, you two are good. You're good. You're good. Oh, you know, I could also, like, zigzag it down the line, I think. With some difficulty. You're good. And then you're at 60. And you're the one that needed the Mark II. Which is what you have. Alright, so all of that is working. Those 6 are working. At least, yeah, at least you put some effort into yours. Um, so this, with this in mind, we need 45 for each of these, so we get up to 270 from 6 of them. And that means if I connect the other 6 separately and hook them up to a different water, right? Like I could have 6 of them from one end from one pump and 6 of them from the other end on a different pump. Yeah, that should be fine, I think. How much do the water thingies pump? 120 per minute, so 240. I would need a very annoyingly small amount of an extra one. Well, I guess about a quarter. I could just be a little bit inefficient and put an, or space inefficient and put an extra pump down, right? That would be fine, I think. Just be a little bit space inefficient. And I was thinking about the whole 4 floors thing. I think it might actually be better to do 2 floors just so I don't have to pump the water up as high. I can just pump it up to here. Just have another chunk of this right there. Go down a floor, do the water, go down, go up a floor, do the burning of, I don't know, do another set of burning up there. And better yet, I don't even have to do that upper one until we get tier 2 miners. So once we get, like I can kind of just ignore it until we get there, and just do the water down below. And that should be fine. We'll just have 2 floors. I'm currently running on 3 hours of sleep. If I fall asleep watching your stream, I apologize in advance, as I don't mean to make it so that your stream is boring. No worries. I mean, like, if you weren't here, it would be the same as if you were asleep, right? I do not hold any person to, like, making my stream interesting, you know what I mean? That's my job in the first place. So even if there's no one chatting, which was the case for a lot of our Satisfactory stream yesterday, like, it's not on anyone to make it interesting. Except me. So I need to go get more advanced plates because I currently cannot complete this with what I have right now. Each of these use 15 coal, so I'm only ever going to be able to power 8 of them anyways. Can I get away with turning some of these on now? No, I need more advanced plates even for that thing. Okay. Does this work? Well, it does as long as I start from on top of the miner and don't run into it. Let's start from on top of the miner. Can I climb this? Is there a... No? Okay. Well, ladder it is. Staircase, escalator, whatever. I could really stand to put together a better zipline than this, yep. I can, like, barely make it up that cliff. But holy shit, is the ride home faster now. Pardon me, friendos. I've got places to be. Ooh, you too. Zippity zoopity. And we're home. Was I researching anything? No. Alrighty. Let's see how much bank we've made in the meantime. But first, replenish my concrete, especially. I didn't even build that much and I filled up, so let's get like 4 stacks of that. I went out there with a little over 1, so 4 stacks should hopefully be enough. Clearly we're doing fine on power since I see we're not even out of wood yet. Cable could use a little bit more. Wire, not even a little bit needed. Nothing on rods. Definitely going to use some plates and some advanced plates. The advanced plates are the big one, as are the copper sheets. But I would also like to grab some more iron plates. It's the advanced ones that I'm here for, though. Ooh, we got tons of them. Excellent. Let me just grab, like, all that. And then we go look for rotors, since we're going to need them for the water sucky-majigs. Ooh, yeah. That's what I like to see. All this, and we haven't even touched phase 2 yet. Damn, I'm the only viewer on YouTube? Is that so? It does be like that. See, this is what I'm talking about with, like... Yeah, you kind of are, aren't you? This is what I'm talking about, like, if you stream on off hours, right? Like, I'm doing this mostly because I wanted to play Satisfactory. Not really because I'm, like, gauging how many viewers I get at this time of night. I don't get very many viewers at this time of night. Just, like, that's just how it is. Yeah, he's over here, and then, we've also got, technically Kent is still here, although I'm pretty sure he's just been asleep for 6 hours. Kent is here, but AFK. Yeah, exactly. He was here for the earlier stream, and I just think he fell asleep and then hasn't left because he hasn't woken up yet. Alright, we got plenty of rotors, we got plenty of plates. I think we should be able to do this now. Hopefully. And in the future, I'll leave myself a little more space on those buildings. So since I'm making 24 of these things, you would think, based on my math, I would need 9 pumps. We'll see how true that actually is. I think it's true. Yeehaw! Oh, that's gonna hurt. Didn't actually hurt that much. Right, first step. Put the rest of these suckers down. 1, 2, 3. Second step. Pipes. 1, 2, 3. Delete the supports, but not the pipe itself. 1, 2, 3. Pipeline junctions. 1, 2, 3. all these. But do not connect these last two because of the nature of these pipes only being able to hold 300 cubic meters a minute. And currently the 6 buildings they're hooked up to use 270, so there's not a lot of point in connecting them any further. Then, splitters. 1. Well, let's start at this end. 1. 2. We don't have Mark III belts yet, so we're just gonna have to make do with Mark II, even though that's not enough. 1, 2. One. The smart thing to do here would be to actually limit myself and like not pump coal into the last ones that we can't handle, simply because that way it will actually consistently give us power rather than going like this. I'll make your 2. Wait, I thought that was supposed to be witch waste's joke. Let's see, 30, 60, 90, 120. So after these 4, we should break the belt. And just use Mark IIs throughout anyways. Oh, you can slide under these as well, can't you? Yep. Oop, I fell in a hole. Right. Now we do the water. And for the time being, which one of these is the pure one? That's the normal, so that must be the pure. Invalid conveyor belt shape. Yeah, fair enough then. I would like you to just approach like this for now. There we go. The coal should be coming in full speed now. And we need to connect down there to the water's surface. So let us make something like this. Trying to get as close to the surface as I can without going under. So that I can place those down. I'm OCD enough to follow the patterns on the foundations to make sure they match. That looks a little bit silly, but we'll deal with it. Oh no, these are not matched up, are they? Oh, they're not even close. Now they count. Now they are, rather. Okay. This goes up to there. That's good. Now we go like that. Across several times. Yeah, that is what I thought. There we go. Nice and even. So now it's the same shape as what's above it. Now we need to figure out how we're gonna fit. For this side I need 4.5 water pumps. And then 4.5 for the other side as well. And these things are not particularly small. Hopefully that's big enough. It is. Okay, now here's the next question. Can I figure out how to place these such that they snap in place? Immovable object versus unstoppable force. Do you think that when they collide, they just turn into a black hole? Or when they collide, they just stop? But when separated, an explosion capable of creating a universe could happen. 3-hour sleep thoughts. Unstoppable force versus immovable object. That's a decent question. I feel like I've thought about this before and I came to an answer. Hold control to snap, maybe? Yeah, it's, let's see. It snaps when I'm on those, right? But the issue is it's not snapping here. Let's see if it snaps if I do, like, this, right? Wonder if that's enough to snap it. You might not be able to see it very well, but I'm building underneath the water over here. Oh, there we go. It's working quite excellently. And then I can press H. I believe I can move it around. Building cannot be nudged. Okay. This one can't. Very cool, I guess. Let's go ahead and, oh, whoops. Did not mean to whip out the chainsaw on everyone. Let's go ahead and finish off building underneath. See if that helps the, snapping. I only need to snap one building. After that, it's fine. No, one to the right. Still one to the right. I was right the first time. That'll do. That'll work.
That may indeed be water. Try submerging your arm. If it does not dissolve, that will narrow down the range of possibilities.
That may indeed be
Or
water.
you could just pipe it to a coal-powered generator and see what happens.
Even when yellow, you can still place it. It's just gonna clip and make your OCD cry. Yeah, I just wanted it to be nicely lined up, like here. And then from there, I believe I can just snap them to one another. No issues. Let's see if I'm correct about that. Yeah, if I hold control from this point on, it works just fine. Okie dokie. So, because I'm only doing 8 of them, I only need 3 water things for now. I'll expand this over that way and that way if I need to, but for now, this should be enough of them. So now the only question I need to answer is, where is the pipe going to connect from above? Because I do still need to connect it to both sides of it because of the way I have it set up. I'm basically only doing a temporary solution to start. Oh, you know what? I can do... Do I have access? No, I don't have access to the floor hole thingies yet. Fuck. Can I build one of those stupid awesome sinks? Can I build one of those out here and just, like, be done with it? This is not a good way to get this, by the way. Don't do this at home. Oh, it needs power. Why? Why are you like this? There, happy now? Here, bring me coupons. I need coupons. I mean, if it's gonna be mining it anyways. Thanks now, I'm gonna be the one with 3 hours of sleep. Immovable force versus unstoppable. Movable force, unstoppable object. They're close enough. Who cares if you swap around the terms? Yeah, deep question, deep question. Also, I didn't say this before, but hello, Ma Astro. How are you? Oh, almost forgot to hook up water to one of these. It could have been bad. I would have been wondering why it's not producing quite as much as I expect. Let me out. Okay. Well, I specifically wanted a certain, like, item. Okay. Not having the jump boots is definitely getting to me here. Like, making it difficult to move around. I also don't remember how I got up here. But, okay, you know what? We're going under. Nice. Alright, print me that coupon. Surely these things don't cost that much. What you got for me? I would like to purchase some organization-based items. Or wall-based items? Architecture? No? Customizer? Management. Management. Actually, management. Yes. Pipeline floor hole. This is what I want. Please hit me with one of those. Boom. Perfect. Actually, let's do a little bit of that. Oh, that doesn't look very good now, does it? Down we go. Why there? It looks fucking awful. I have to have it off center because the belt's going directly underneath. And then let's do do a bit of ceiling connection. Ooh, can I not connect? Don't have ceiling connections either. Cut my life into pieces. Give me another coupon. Where's the stupid wall attachments? Thank you. I'm glad I have enough tickets for all this. Now I can make wall supports, and wall supports, I believe, include ceiling. Yes, they do. I purchased the right thing. I'm glad, because I didn't check first. That's so much better. Alright, let's do a little bit of that. That is not good. No, we're not doing that. Let's try that again. Does that not? I mean, this looks perfectly valid to me. I don't know about you guys. Why does it work as a noodle? Whatever. Noodle it is. Those aren't lined up, are they? No, they're not. That's lined up there. I've got it now. Okay, and then we go delete the ceiling supports. Surprisingly, you don't actually need them. It's just the easiest way to get shit to connect to the ceiling. I found there's a lot of value in just doing things this way. So then we're gonna go half one way, half the other way. We do need some pumps, like here-ish. About 10 meters up. Okay, I think that'll do. And you can hold control click to lock them at the same height across. Like that. Let's go, for the time being, just the 1, 2, 3. I'll figure out how to connect it up later. Probably just through the ceiling. And once we're up here, I guess we also need to actually connect this to... Yeah, never mind. We're gonna want more of these since we do actually need power for the water extractors themselves. Them every 2.5 here. Since that's how big the water extractors are, is 2.5. If I remember correctly. Better, better. Boom, boom. Alright, now they're all hooked up. And they pump all the way up there. So now let's connect the power up. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5, 6, like, things up. So that's about 20 meters, 24 meters. Let's just put this down somewhere that's god-awful and ugly. There we go. Perfect. Bro, you can't blow a fuse like that. Hello? That's unfair. Illegal, even. I didn't even do anything fully yet. Don't you dare shut down on me. Ooh, right there below the line. Yikes. That's definitely gonna pop another fuse in the future. Yeah, let me just go ahead and remove that. I don't actually need it here anymore. Yeah, that's about expected. There's gonna be a lot of blowing fuses. There will be a significant amount of blowing in the future. What? What did he say? We wouldn't want that. What? Sorry, I think I missed that. What was that? Your message didn't go through. Why can I not connect here? Are you already hooked up to something? The fuck are you hooked up to, bro? Oh, I see. You connected to this one. Like a fool. Instead of this one. And there we go. Okay, so now all this is hooked up. We are going to need another pump. We're also going to need to connect over on this end. Which means, I think, as I fall through for the 100th time, forgetting that that pipe does not connect all the way across. I think that means I should do a little bit of this. Yeah, and this side I can make the pipe nice and good looking. Like so. Much better. Damage. That'll do for now. Alrighty. And you are gonna need 2 new pumps. You're gonna need 2 new pumps, then just go ahead and do it like this. Hook one up here, hook one up there, and then could have made it to turn, my eyes. Nah. Remember, this is only a temporary solution in the first place. I intend to, like, fix this up a little bit once I have enough. I don't have tier 3 belts, so the only thing I'm hooking up right now is what I can. Which means it's gonna be a little bit ugly in play. Like, I'm future-proofing it, but still, like, making it easy enough to deconstruct the parts that I need to. These parts are gonna go, these parts are gonna stay, right? And that's all there is to it. Hopefully we can actually pump this all the way up the remaining, right? Like, that's certainly less than 10 meters right there, so we should be good there. Now the issue is, can we actually get the system running long enough without blowing a fuse? And the answer is probably not. Why did that take so long to figure out? Bro, I'm just trying to get some water up here, man. The fuck? Alright, guess we're gonna have to head back. But in theory, everything there should be hooked up already. Yahoo! So when I head back and I connect everything up, or rather once I remove some of the extra stuff that we don't need, the power should automatically kick in, and then we can turn it all back on immediately. Hopefully. Hopefully. Meow. If we are to be so lucky. Oof. Let's go ahead and just turn off all of that for now. That will certainly be enough. Go. Why does it have the roguelike and card game tag? Because I didn't change it from Balatro. The tags are something that I haven't changed. And if we're lucky, we will see this go up once the water gets into the system. And if we're unlucky, we're going to have to zip back out there and figure out why the pumps aren't working quite right. I'll give it about 10 seconds longer. Oop, there's one. Alright, well, it seems to be working then. As the water still figures out how to get up there, I guess. Oh, we also have to fill the backlog in some of the other ones that aren't actually running. Right. That's also part of it. But eventually they'll get working. Are there cards of any kind in this game? There's cards when you when you select your research, there's some cards, right? You gotta select one of those. That counts. Ooh, 54 black powder. You know what that means. We actually can't do it yet, but because I think we need, yeah, we need steel. We need flint and steel. Well, actually, we've got a little bit here that we picked up along the way. We can at least research it. Explosives.
Detonator and basic Nobelisk unlocked. Most obstacles can be cleared with the
Yep.
basic Nobelisk. It is most effective against organic material and is able to destroy small boulders and porous rock. Deployed Nobelisks will stick to the first solid surface they touch and cue on the universal detonator. If you do not recall the order in which you deployed the Nobelisks, remember Fixit does not take responsibility for any harm
we just
caused
need
due to human
cable.
error, even if those errors are genetic.
This AI is really rude sometimes, I must say. Let's make a Nobelisk detonator. Boom. Perhaps even boom boom. Exactly. And might as well make some Nobelisks. Since we can. Use the rest of the steel pipe. And put the rest of the black powder away. Smokey is scratching at my door something fierce right now. Let me go get him real quick. Banana's gonna go sleep. Do it. Join me, Smokey. Good night. I will also be ending stream pretty soon, right after I check the poll is genuinely working correctly. Because right now it's a little bit ziggy-zaggy here. What's up, Smokes? Smokey? Did you really come in here just to want out immediately? Monkey. Dork. Do you want out or not? One needs to make up their mind. Alright, let's go check on this. I think it's mostly a coal issue, personally, but maybe I'm mistaken about that. Go check on this before we get off. There we go. Zoom. Very itchy nose right now. Damn, that guy didn't even notice me till I was already past him. Ah, I missed it. Also didn't take damage though, so it's fine. Alright, what's the issue here? Well, clearly it's not coal. Let me let the cat out again. Fuzzy on there. Radio. Coal seems to be doing fine. So I thought I told it not to go to these down here. Yeah, it stops here. Okay. So the coal has made it into all of these. It's just water that's not working then? Yeah, the water's not getting here. I wonder if it's not pumping enough? No, this is flowing through at 270 some odd a minute. You're full up. I don't understand why that... Why are you not getting it out? You're only using 45 a minute. Alright. Peace, man. I'll be getting off pretty soon anyways. I don't think you're gonna miss anything. I don't understand why... The flow rate is 160, 180 almost through here. Why do you not get any? Or not very much? Or maybe you are and it just needed to backlog? Because now it does look like you're filling up, so maybe that's what it was. Maybe it just needed to fill up the backlog of water. You're definitely not getting any though. Maybe it will once it backlogs. Good evening, Evolution 596. How are you? Yeah, these are getting the full flow, and then these are not doing any real flow because these are already full up, and they're not actually gonna use any fuel right now. Okay, so those are fine. It's really just backlogging this water that's taking a little bit of time. That's fine, that's fine. In fact, I don't even think it would be that strange if I just connected these pipes. As long as they come from both ends. I am doing pretty well. We're kind of getting near-ish to the end of stream, but I am still doing well nonetheless. How are you, like, faring today? Did you find me because you were looking up Satisfactory specifically? Or are you just browsing channels, seeing what was what? Okay, made it. Yeah, sometimes I like to ask just to see how people find my channel, you know? We've been doing Satisfactory streams the last couple evenings. Normally I stream earlier in the day, my time. I stream like roguelikes and such. Things like Balatro. Balatro is my main game. but I stream other roguelikes. I just streamed some Nine Kings earlier today because that one seems to be getting popular. But I also have a hankering for factory builder type games from time to time, so I'll play those whenever I get the chance. Satisfactory is basic. Yeah, it's like a really long roguelike. Really long, drawn-out roguelike. Okay, so my power should slowly begin to stabilize. There we go. When I said slowly, I meant it already has. So we're doing excellent there. Let's go ahead and hook up this once more. I think it was you that it was connected to. Yes. The rogue happens to be building a factory and is named Elon Musk. Elon Musk making a space elevator, eh? He seems like the kind of guy who would promise to have a space elevator built by 2030. And then everybody working for him would have to just kind of figure out how that would happen. Because he sure as hell ain't building it. Oh, no, no, no. I'm keenly aware of what I'm doing here on this planet. Okay, you know what? So here's a little bit of touring. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. We're getting very close to affiliate, which is at 50 followers. So I appreciate every single follow. Let's go ahead and throw a couple of these in here. We'll do a little bit of a base tour here to end off the stream. But before I do that, I actually wanted to go bust open the Caterium that's over on this end of the map. How much have you played Factorio? Are you the type that knows like where all the nodes are everywhere at all times? Or are you like somewhere in between? You just seen it once or twice? Oop, that's not okay. We're gonna need to fix that zipline in the future. I just got to steel production. Oh, so you're actually right around where I am. You can see that I'm researching basic steel production. I have played further than that in the past. I've played, I think I got, my furthest I got was like tier 7, I want to say. Which was pretty far along. Go get some Caterium. Click, clack. Hold this, buddy. Well, might I recommend Caterium? Get a portable miner out here. And we can do a Miner Mark 1. If it'll let me. Please go away, shards of rock. I would like you to go away so that I may build the miner. If I look away, will you disappear? Yes. Great. Let me build the miner. I don't have any of the unlocks, just the tiers. This isn't actually too far in, I would say. Like, this is finding a Caterium is pretty straightforward, to be honest. It's literally just find one, maybe blow up a rock on top, maybe not. Let's see. If you mine 120 a minute. These smelters do, I think, 45 for Caterium? Yes. So let's go 1, 2, 3. That's 135. Do a splitter like so. Put it in straight mode. If I can. Thank you. And does that connect? It does. And then we go Well, pretty much the only thing Caterium's good for right now is quick wire, but let's go ahead and just store the ingots for the time being. If I want to make the quick wire, well, maybe I do want to make the quick wire. I'm not sure. But like I don't have the zip lines or anything. I haven't even done with anything with Caterium yet. Caterium is like the zip line is right at the beginning of the Caterium tree. It's like the very first thing you unlock, and I rushed it by hand because I really really wanted it. It makes things so much faster for travel. Why are you being ziggy zaggy right now? Please disconnect. Thank you. Boom. Yeah, just do that. I don't actually know if well, alright. Let's not do that quite yet. Let me consider how many constructors I need. How many of these do I need to make all of it into quick wire? You take 12 a minute, so I would need 10 of you? That's more than I want to deal with right now. Sorry. You guys are just gonna go into a nice little storage chest somewhere. I've also done a very little bit with sulfur as well, just so that I could get those explosives. I don't even have that many. I've used all of the sulfur I own to get 8, 9, but that's enough for now, for me at least. Oh, and you're doing 120 a minute, so I need this to be a tier 2 belt, so that you can actually, you know, pump it all through. And you guys are not making Caterium because I didn't tell you to. There we go. So that's our Caterium setup, at least the first step of it. Storage crates are excellent. Storage crates, yeah. Have one for every basic resource. It's absolutely imperative. Alright, and it was right here that I start going blip, blip, blip across it. So let's do ow, a chow, a flow, like so. Perfect. Alright, and then we can do a quick tour of the base here. I usually make a storage crate, and then when I need the resource, just leave the crate and put a conveyor at the end. Oh. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, so this is what we got here. We got a single normal copper ore, and that's going into the smelteries. Half of it turns into wire into cable, half of it into just wire. Got a storage box for each. Over here we're doing, I believe that is 2 normal irons. Might be a normal and a pure, I forget. Normal and normal. Technically, if you scan it, you may or may not have known this already, but if you scan and look at the mini-map, or at the normal map, you can actually hover over and see how pure it is. So there's a pure one down here. Oh, I actually wanted that stamp still, my bad. That's a pure copper there. It is rather helpful. I didn't discover it until my second or third playthrough. Anyways, these turn into, like, technically I'm not actually using all my iron, I don't think. Well, no, I am, just barely. These turn into these. We split it up into 50-50. Half of it turns into plates, and half of it turns into rods. So these 4 crafters are rods. Half of those rods stay rods. Half of those rods become screws. Have you worked with alternate recipes at all? Like from the hard disk things that you may have seen exploring around? Well, long story short, there are crash sites that have like big cargo crates that you'll see. There's smoke coming out of them. They're all over the map. You'll see one eventually if you explore around. If you repair them and open them, which may need resources or power or whatever, you get a hard drive and you scan that at the research facility place, and it gives you, it like presents you with options for alternate recipes. So like you can potentially, in my case, let's see, what's a good example? Let's slide over to my iron crafter over here, and I'll give you a good example. But that's making copper sheets for me. That's just an impure copper vein. Nothing special going on there, just some copper sheets. Okay, so if you got the hard drive out of it, scan that in the research facility, the MAM. This thing. Scan them in this thing. And after like 10 minutes, it'll give you an option between two alternate recipes. And the alternate recipes are actually one of my favorite parts of this game. It gives you a lot of flexibility on how you go about making things. Because, for example, over here, if you'll notice, assuming I can hop over all this crap, we are making rods here. But over here, you'll notice, normally you go iron ingot, rod, screw, right? But here, iron ingot directly into screw. Right? That's an alternate that I got. And it also crafts them ever so slightly faster as well. You've been playing for 2 hours. Thank you for telling me that. I was actually going to stop pretty soon anyways. Yeah, so we've got an alternate for that. We've got, what other alternates do we have? I think we got a couple other alternates. You can actually see the little question marks here are like all the various alternate recipes that one could have. We have wet concrete, so we can make concrete at double the rate if you add some water. We've got, there's the alternate screws. And then I think I got an alternate wire. Oh, alternate quick wire. So quick wire normally just comes directly out of Caterium. This is like the one big thing that Caterium makes for like the vast majority of the beginning of the game. It's basically just quick wire is what you're using it for. I made a way to use less Caterium, basically, right? Like you combine some copper in, which is much more common than Caterium, and you can make more quick wire than normal. So there's all sorts of recipes like that. Ones that, save you a ton of resources, but they work slower, or ones that skip steps, ones that use different resources. There's one that, like, you can make copper wire out of iron, but at a much reduced rate. So it's just, it really opens up possibilities for how you go about some of the later stuff. Oh, whoa. Aurora Borealis. At this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within my base. Oh, hey guys. Hold that. Asshole. Come on, charge me. Do it again. Where you going, buddy? He's lost. I'm gonna roll up on him. Yeah, what's good? Can I see it? No. Oh, welcome in, Tim. How was dinner? What'd you get good for dinner, bro? You better not tell me, like, a sandwich. Me eating a sandwich for dinner. Deuterium, you can go in here. Waffles and corned beef hash. That's an interesting combination. I've never been much of a waffles for dinner kind of person, but the corned beef hash sounds good. Everyone always asks how was dinner, but never asks what was dinner. I think you might have those mixed up. Trying to save money for my next paycheck. I mean, I'm absolutely on your side there. I got paid today. Oh, I got the other curtain hooked up. Hold on. So we got the curtain, but then we got the other curtain. We got the other curtain. That's not very helpful. It's kind of sideways and it's not. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we got the other curtain. So I got my own little hidey hole in here now. Soundproofed. Proofed. But a pair of $200 guitar pickups. Guitar pickups. Oh, I've just like cut off a chunk of my room. This is like a third of the room that I've cut off. It's very echoey in here, so I put these up so that it cuts down on the echo. So what is a guitar pickup? Explain that to me. I think I'm gonna jump off of the gameplay here though, because we kind of got everything set up for now. But explain this to me before I go. I like to hang out for a few minutes at the end of stream anyways. So pickups are a copper wire that's wrapped around magnets. Okay. Magnets, how do they work? Magic. Yeah, something like that. Are they supposed to like amp things? Are they supposed to like change the sound? The magnets pick up the vibrations of the guitar strings and send that vibration to your pickup via another copper wire from the guitar. Okay, I'm with you. I'm following. Magic rock that attracts other rocks, but only in certain ways, notably. It might also repel the other rocks, remember. I'm not that sounds advance. Do you how do English? So your cable that goes from the amp to the guitar only gets sounds from the guitar if you have pickup. Okay. Okay, when you say only, do you mean that it doesn't pick it up if you don't have them, or do you mean that it doesn't pick up other noises if you have them? Pickups are what send the vibrations and sounds through the cable to the anode. Okay. No pickup equals no sound at all. All right, so this is like to connect the two things, just generally speaking. That makes sense. That explains why they might be a little bit on the pricey side as well, I assume for high quality. If you get a shitty magnet. If you put a speaker through the pickup, it also goes through your amp. Huh. Neat. Okay. I consider me learned. I'm now more worldly than I was moments ago because I do not normally play guitar or at all, really. My mom owns a bass guitar. I guess that's something, but she doesn't really play it anymore. Magic magnets. Okay. Magic magnets. A funky bass line really makes a good song. I'm a sucker for bass personally. Guitar solos are great and all. Shred that shit, but like I'm a Chili Peppers fan, right? Like the bass line makes that band to some extent. I I'd rather die than learn cello. Oh, thank you for the follow, Kebabini. Kebabini? Kebabini. Ah, I see you found me over on Twitch. What is that? What is that profile picture? Hold on. It's like a very disturbing emote. Uh, the only orchestral instruments I will learn are those in the brass or woodwinds. Fair enough. I wish to learn every instrument in an ensemble. Are you gonna be like like a one-man band? One of those dudes walking down the street with like 8 instruments? Or perhaps if you ever become the Flash, like you could like in theory you could like run so fast that you could like go between the instruments and just kind of toss them up in midair and just like play each note in succession, like just running around. I already know guitar, piano, trumpet, and the baritone. That's a pretty good repertoire. I know none of those. I know how to talk to a camera sometimes. My next point is the French horn, maybe. Fair enough. This man really wants you to learn cello. I think he just wants to say the word cello. And the last instrument like you've got a whole list and the last one you're going to learn is drums, or like this is the one that I would rather die than learn. One that I'd rather do other things before than learn. Okay. Word. So it's not I would rather die, it's more like it's just last on the list. I see, I see. I struggle with it too to some extent. Oh, you're probably gonna see it plenty on display if I stream Satisfactory more in the future. I'm gonna try to stream. If I stream Satisfactory, I think I'm gonna be streaming it in the evenings like this, which seems like it'll work out all right. Evenings Eastern time, anyways. I don't know about everyone else. But I also stream Eastern time 12 to 2, or I say 12 to 2, but usually it's longer than that. I stream like roguelikes and such. So that's me. I will see you guys around in the future, though. I am going to call my stream here in the next minute or two just because I don't want to be keeping people up at night. Guitar is so fun because usually my fretting finger moves with my picking hand. Fretting finger moves with my picking hand. Okay, I'm gonna pretend like I understand how that works. And say, sick, I believe you. Yeah, I'm gonna head out. Maybe I'll get some work done this evening, actually. I do need to get some work done. Money is good. So I'll see you guys around next time. Peace.